Cheel, and this is the Bare Essentials. We've been looking at the life of Jesus and looking at his character and what we see about him as he endured some temptation. The third temptation is what we're going to talk about today, and before I do that, I would like to mention a historic Jewish figure. He's a military figure, and his name was Bar Kokhba. I always have a hard time saying that, Bar Kokhba, but it means son of a star. And many of the Jewish leadership, the priests or scholars, thought he was the real Messiah. He gathered to himself between 200 and 400,000 soldiers and marched on the 10th Roman Legion that was stationed in Jerusalem and caught them by surprise, wiped them out. Well, of course, they thought this was the hand of God, and it was time to reestablish the Jewish kingdom. And so they started the sacrificial system again there in Jerusalem. They established the national language of Hebrew instead of Greek. They minted a coin, their own coin for this new realm. And they really thought that this Bar Kokhba guy was the real deal. It wasn't too long until Rome sent legions from all over the empire to put down this uprising. When they came through Israel, it was genocide. They went through 945 major villages and destroyed them, burned them to the ground, killed all the people that lived there. Then they went to, I think it was 40 fortified cities and tore them down, scattered the walls and the stones, killed the inhabitants. And they passed a law after they had killed just about everybody in Israel. And they said no Jew is allowed in Jerusalem. They changed the name of Jerusalem, and I can't remember the name at this point, what they called it. They changed the area from Israel to Palestine, I believe, the name of that area. And the destruction was so complete that we don't hear about the nation of Israel, any kind of state of Israel, until 1948, just a few years before I was born, that it didn't exist. The third temptation that the devil brought to Jesus was this. He showed Jesus all the nations of the earth and all of their grandeur, their glory. And he said, Jesus, if you bow down and worship me, I'll give it all to you. So what he was really saying in the context of the political context of Israel is, I'll give you Rome. You can have Rome if you worship me. And Jesus replied, you shall not worship anyone but the Lord thy God, and him only shall you serve. That was a quotation that Jesus made from Deuteronomy chapter 6. So the devil was tempting him to do a good thing, right? Overthrow the Romans, get rid of that oppressive outside influence, allow them to have freedom again, freedom of religion, establish themselves as a people. And surely that is going to happen eventually. At least many people believe that. But Jesus did not compromise his integrity or his morality to get there. You might say that Jesus realized he had come not to be the conquering Messiah, but to be the suffering servant Messiah, and that the conquering Messiah was yet to come, and he would be returning in that role, and he knew that, and so he didn't want to short circuit the process. There is something to be said about seeing a good thing, having that as a goal, and then how we arrive at the goal. We call it the ends justify the means, or the end justifies the means. Owning an automobile is not a bad thing. Stealing an automobile is. You can get an automobile by making payments, seemingly like for the rest of your life, or you can pick one up off the street, bring it home. Both methods are totally different, right? The end result is you have an automobile, but how you got there is different. On one, you have to jeopardize, or you have to lose your integrity and compromise your morality to get there. I think Jesus demonstrated that he wasn't willing to compromise anything to get to the final goal. He was willing to go and follow what the plan was, what his assignment was. He knew the goal was going to come there. The devil offered him an easier route to get there, and he rejected it. Well, thank you so much for watching today. If you want to write me a note, you want to send old Charlie here a note, put it in dog language, of course. I'll read it to him. I hope you have a really good day, all right? Thanks for watching.